And we read a different verse every week, and we kind of talk about it as a group. And every single verse that I've had the privilege of studying so far, it always had a face side. It always had like a kind of obvious message. But then it gets a little deeper. Talk about a little bit with your people, fellow people there. And if you ask God to help you out, most times, every time I've found, you find a little bit of deeper meaning. And so that's kind of what I did with this. I kind of asked God, God, could you help me find the deeper meaning in this? And I think He kind of helped me out with that a little bit. And so that's why I wanted to kind of share with you today. So it started with pretty much the wording of the parable he uses. He said there's a man going away, going on a trip. And he leaves all the slaves in charge of the house, each with their work. Now, I do a lot of Boy Scouts, and the Boy Scouts do a lot of different events. And I know in the events that kind of came to me, you have one person in charge of food, because everyone gets fed. Another person in charge of getting everyone registered at the beginning. You have another person in charge of doing the afternoon activities and the shows and everything. If every person doesn't do their job right, the event's not going to go off right. I think that's kind of what we're talking about here. Except now, the person planning the event is God, and the workers are each one of us. It's kind of a part of God's plan. So, that's got to kind of take a while. I think he's probably talking about his plan a little bit here. I think Jesus is talking about God's plan. He's saying that every single person has a part they have to play in. But it's kind of like there was a quote by Walt Whitman, one of the poems. He said, "The powerful play goes on, and we each may contribute a verse." And I think that kind of goes along with it. Each of us has the opportunity to make a difference in the world in some small way. But you might be asking, well, what can I do? What talent do I have that can allow me to play a part in this play? And it's definitely a tough question. I can't answer it for myself, but I certainly can answer it for you. But I would tell you to start off by just thinking about what you're good at. We'll give you a good example. I've been in Bible study now, it's my second year. And this year, the freshman class came in, and there was a guy I knew, he's roommates with a guy from Escanaba, named Pat. And we started going to Bible study a little bit, we had some good discussions. And I was chilling in his room after Bible study. He told me, Chris, man, I wish I had the gift you had. He said, you're a good talker, he said, you're good at leadership. You seem to be pretty good with God, but I wish I had what you had. I said, Pat, you do. You just got to look for it a little bit. Think about, what are you good at? He thought about it for a little bit. He said, well, I'm pretty decent at music. I said, well, yeah, you are. I listen to you sing sometimes. You're real good at music. So we kind of thought about it a little bit. We continued on, talked about politics stuff, I don't remember. But just about a couple weeks ago, I'm sitting in his room again. This Chris, I'm writing a praise song. So I'm writing a praise song, and it's a real good one. It's called How Long. It's really got a good message to it. He's just working out the harmony parts and stuff right now. But just goes to show, he didn't think that he had the gift, but after thinking about it a little bit, he'll think of it and think of something he can do with it. Now, you don't have to be a good talker, you don't have to be a good singer to be able to do something like that. Maybe you're a good carpenter. Maybe you can use those gifts to go out and build Habitat for Humanity homes, help people that way. Maybe you're a good mechanic. Maybe you help somebody on the side of the road having automobile difficulties. Or maybe you're just good at talking to people. You can go down to the home and talk to some people there, give them some company. You really just have to think about what you're good at and think about how God can use you for that. Now, I'm sure some of you might be saying, well, that's all well and good, but I can't really think of anything I'm good at. I can't really think of anything I can do. Well, I'll tell you another story about that. It kind of explains it to me. Last year, second semester, I met a boy at school named Josh Schreiber. And Josh is a really interesting guy. He, first semester freshman year, got into the partying, into the drugs, the whole bit. He was really going down that path. And over Christmas break, a friend of his robbed the truck from the guy. And he just caught fire for a bit. He put all that stuff aside, and he started following God. It was really something to see. And so one day, we're at the Bible study, and we're going to go out sharing. And what sharing basically entails that we're going to go walk around home call, look for open doors, and talk to them about God. Now, God's blessed me with a lot of gifts, but sharing is not one of my gifts, I can tell you that. I don't know, it's never something I've been real good at, and something I'm real comfortable with. But I went on once in my freshman year, so now I'm an expert. I have to take people out and teach how to do it. So, I know, right? That's how it works out. But, so I take Josh out, and we go sharing, and we're just cold calls. We don't know these people at all. And, you know, we go up to the room, we get doors slammed on us, we get cussed out, the whole thing. And I was having a good time at all. I wanted to leave. And we get done, and I say, well, Josh, what did you think? He said, man, I loved it. I said, really? I said, I loved it, he said. I love talking to people, talking about God. And that day, he went down and changed his major to religious studies. He wants to be a pastor now. So, just goes to show. I think what that tells you is that to find out what you're good at, sometimes you have to go out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you got to start doing things that are different than what you're used to. Maybe it's go down and volunteer at the Boy Scouts. Maybe go give them a hand. Maybe it's go down to the town sheriff and see if they need any help with anything. Maybe it's join the Coast Guard, whatever you're interested in. Just going out and giving something a try. You never know. You might find something that you really enjoy and something that God really wants you to do. And so after we've done that, and we've kind of found out what we want to do, what does this all mean with staying awake? Carpe Diem. How does it all fit together? So that's kind of the message that I think God gave me that night. That, you know, it might be part of it that you want to, you know, keep away from sin, keep away from those bad things before Jesus comes. But I think more than that, you have to actively try to continue God's plan, to continue His work on this world. I think it's too easy just to stay away from the bad stuff. So you have to be on guard too, because God can come to you in different ways at different times and ask you to use your gifts. And you have to be awake and prepared to seize those opportunities. I'll give you a good example. We're going out sharing again. This was not too long ago. And this time we had cards. So we had an idea these people wanted to talk about God and stuff. A little bit better. And I got two cards saying, we'll go out and talk to two people, and then you'll be done. Okay, so take another guy out. Go to the first door, knock on it. Well, he's not there. Okay. Well, the guy I'm going with is actually Pat. He says, yeah, but my friends down the hall here, they got the door open. Let's go chill with them for a while. Have a chill session. Okay, let's do that. And so we go in there, we sit down, I got my Bible with me because I'm going out sharing, you know. And we start talking like college kids do. Talk about politics, talk about the world, talk about love, all these things, all these deep subjects these college kids talk about. And remember one of the girls there said, hey, what's that you got there? Oh, I got my Bible. I want to talk to people about God today. He said, well, I'm a Jew, and what I don't understand is, well, how can you think that a man is higher than God? And I said, well, you know, that's not what we think. We actually think that Jesus was God, as much as he was a man. I kind of explained that a little bit. She said, yeah, that makes some sense. I kind of understand that now. So the girl asked me, you know, I'm an atheist, she said, and I don't understand why all these religions who keep talking about peace and love keep killing each other. I said, well, that's a good point. Because sometimes people get too caught up in these little, minute details of how to worship God, they forget about the message. It's all about just that there's a God out there, He loves you, with a love that's more than love. And that, you know, He just wants you to know about it, and He wants you to understand it. So she walked away, and she had a better view of religion. We get up and we go down to the cafeteria and get a bite to eat. We're still talking, and a couple more girls walk up, and they get in on it too. And they've asked some questions kind of the same way. I'm kind of answering. I'm doing my best. I'm no theology major, but I did my best. And by the end of the day, there were 5 people that I know walked away with a better view of Christianity and religion in general. So, I mean, this kind of goes through. I set out to talk to 2 people, see what I could do, but instead, because I took the opportunity, I was able to seize the day and take the opportunity God had given me. I was able to touch 5 people's lives in a way perhaps even more than I could have going knocking on doors. And so I think that's kind of the message here today. Well, when those opportunities come, when God comes to you and says, I want you to do this for me, be awake. Be ready to do it. Be ready to take those talents you have and use them to further God's kingdom. And then when those opportunities come, seize them. Seize the day. We don't have too many opportunities, and they go by pretty fast. And so that's what I want to share with you today. Amen. If you'll now stand, then we have a hymn.